On Friday, April 25th, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy firmly rejected any idea that Ukraine should give up Crimea to Russia. This came as Donald Trump's envoy met Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Moscow, where the Kremlin said they discussed the possibility of direct ceasefire talks. Fearing that Trump might pressure Ukraine to cede Crimea, the strategic Black Sea peninsula taken by Russia in 2014, Zelenskyy stressed that the territory belongs to the Ukrainian people. He told reporters in Kyiv, "Our position is unchanged. Ukraine's constitution states that all temporarily occupied territories belong to Ukraine." The statement followed a 3-hour meeting between U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Putin amid renewed violence. A Russian strike killed 12 people in Kyiv on Thursday, and a car bomb killed a Russian general on Friday, which Russia blamed on Ukraine. Zelenskyy mentioned the Kyiv attack as a possible reason he might miss Pope Francis's funeral on Saturday, where he could have met Trump for the first time since their tense Oval Office meeting in February. Trump is pushing for a ceasefire in the conflict, now over 3 years old, but has yet to secure any meaningful concessions from Putin. Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov described the meeting between Witkoff and Putin as constructive, noting they discussed the possibility of resuming direct talks between Russia and Ukraine. However, such talks have not occurred since Russia's invasion in February 2022, which has devastated eastern Ukraine and killed tens of thousands. Lower-level officials have cooperated on prisoner exchanges, returning soldiers' remains, and an ended Black Sea grain deal. The U.S. is holding separate talks with both sides to try to end the conflict. Still, Kyiv and European allies worry that Moscow and Washington might strike a deal unfavorable to Ukraine. Ushakov said the meeting brought U.S. and Russian positions on Ukraine closer together. Witkoff, a billionaire real estate investor and trusted aide to Trump, plays a key role in Washington's peace efforts, though he has made remarks that anger Ukraine. Trump has warned he will walk away from talks if no progress toward a ceasefire is made. After Russia's deadliest Kyiv strike in months, Trump posted on social media, "Vladimir, stop, let's get the peace deal done." When asked about Russia rejecting a deal, Trump said, "I won't be happy. Things will happen." While Witkoff was in Moscow, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov told CBS that Russia was ready to reach a deal, though, some details remained unresolved. The U.S. has not revealed its peace plan, but has hinted at freezing the front lines and accepting Russian control of Crimea in exchange for peace. Trump was quoted in Time magazine saying, "Crimea will stay with Russia, and Zelenskyy understands that." Ukraine rejects ceding any land to Moscow and refuses to accept Russian control of Crimea. Still, Zelenskyy recently acknowledged he might need to negotiate some territorial returns once a ceasefire is in place. He said Friday, "I agree with President Trump that Ukraine does not have enough weapons to regain control of Crimea by force." Zelenskyy has also expressed frustration with the West's lack of pressure on Putin. Last month, Putin rejected a U.S. proposal for a full, unconditional ceasefire, which Zelenskyy supports. Trump, who has faced accusations of favoring Russia and has criticized Zelenskyy, said Thursday the main concession Russia would make is stopping taking the whole country. Russia currently occupies about 20% of Ukraine and has tried to annex 4 other regions besides Crimea. Earlier this month, Witkoff said a peace deal depends on the status of the so-called 5 territories, prompting Zelenskyy to accuse him of spreading Russian narratives. As Witkoff arrived in Russia on Friday, authorities reported a senior Russian general was killed in a car bombing near Moscow. Russia blamed Ukrainian security forces, believed to be behind several high-profile assassinations during the ongoing conflict.